Hi, this tutorial should just give us an introduction to using Twitter. I thought it might be helpful to just walk through some of the steps to show us how to get started with it, because I know many of us haven't used Twitter before, or are at least kind of unfamiliar with it. I know that I used it, or I should say, I had an account for about 2 years before I actually used Twitter. But I have found that it can be a very useful way for us to have more informal communications about, that thing popped up, more informal communications about our initial reading of the course materials in a place where our interactions can appear a little bit more human than they sometimes do in online courses. And of course, we'll have other assignments and other activities that we'll be doing this term that will build on that and require you to then use some of the information that you've learned through your readings and your discussions on Twitter to complete those other assignments. So where I'm at here, I'm at twitter.com. If you have not yet signed up for a Twitter account, you just go to this button here and click on it to sign up. I won't walk through all of the steps because I already have an account, as you can see. It told me I'm already registered. But you put in your name, you put in an email address, you set a password and those kinds of things for your account, and then you walk through all of the steps. Sometimes Twitter tries to get you to follow a bunch of people, like it suggests Kim Kardashian and whatever. You don't have to do that. You can just go through and skip some of those steps and just set up your account. You don't actually have to follow anyone if you don't want to for the purposes of our class. I do suggest that you tweet to me at CNN Brandon. Just send me a tweet, say hi, so that I'll be sure to see you on Twitter and add you to the list that I have to keep track of everyone in the class. So I'm going to go back over here to log in. Because hopefully you'll just be able to walk through all of those steps. So here's my account. You can personalize it to the extent that you want. It doesn't matter if you do that or not. What you see here is just the feed of whoever you're following. So I have the New York Times and the New York Times opinion page there. You can see that this one doesn't update in real time. You have to click on the button when new tweets pop up to see what they are. My profile information's over here that I can click on. And then notifications. This is when someone sends me a tweet or likes one of my tweets or retweets something that I've said. And a retweet is just a way of kind of reposting something someone said to show that you were interested in it, you liked it. Retweeting also gives you the opportunity to add your own comments as well. But again, for the purposes of our class, really what you need to know is to use this search box here. And if you're using this on a mobile device, there will be a search icon you can click on to also do a search. There'll also be a tweet button to post a tweet as well. So I'm going to go to pound his2260, so that's the hashtag for our class. And when you do this, it'll bring you up to the top tweets. I don't know how it decides which ones are the top tweets, but if you click live, it will show you, which in this case is the same one at the top, but it will show you all of the tweets in the order that they have been posted. So that way, you can scroll down. I've posted a lot just these first couple days trying to post some stories that have to do with New Mexico history that you might be interested in. Some of these students were from the intersession class that just took place, and they were posting final thoughts as well as their final projects here. So you can see what they do, or what you do when you create a tweet, is you, if you're posting to a URL, you, let me just open the box. So I click the tweet button. This is compose a new tweet. Let me go grab a URL real quick. Let's see. I researched Panchovia, so I always use him as examples. I don't like us to use Wikipedia too much, so, well, none of these are excellent sources. There we go. We'll use the Library of Congress. All I want to do here is just get a URL to show you how to do the Unit 1 Twitter assignments, because you're going to have to post a link to a source. Chronicling America. This is a kind of secondary source, a guide to the primary sources that the Library of Congress has in historical newspaper databases on Pancho Villa. So I'm scrolling down. These are the primary sources because they were the newspapers that were created at the time of the events that they're describing. This page then combines kind of secondary and primary sources because it's an index. It's organized a bunch of primary sources into a certain way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that link, or excuse me, copy that link, and then I'm back here to my composed tweet box, and I just paste it in there. Then I want to type secondary source on Pancho Villa. And I like to put the words before the link. You could put the link first and then type after it, over here. And then to put the course hashtag in there, you just type the pound key or the pound sign HIST 2260, and you notice that it turned blue with the pound sign that gives Twitter the signal to know this is a hashtag. So just by typing that in there, that's going to organize it into that search that I just showed you. So as long as you always put that on your tweets, they will be accessible to the rest of your classmates and to me. And because most people outside of our class don't really care about HIST 2260, they may or may not even see what we're doing. So I have that. Also, I've told you to tweet to me. When you first get into Twitter, the way you do that is you just add my Twitter handle. So you do the @ sign, and my Twitter handle, excuse me, needs to even pop up there, is CNM Brandon. So now that I've typed that in there, this one will go to me. It'll also go to our course hashtag search, and it contains a URL. So those are really the key things that you'll ever have to do for the class, for Twitter. Most of the time, you don't have to include URLs. You just type your comments on the reading as laid out in the reading tweets assignment, and you make sure to include the course hashtag. You don't have to include my Twitter handle on your regular reading tweets. As long as you have the course hashtag there and you've tweeted to me once before, I will find them. So just to put your mind at ease that way. So my tweet was posted, scroll up here to the top, and it takes it a second because this one, like I said, is not in real time. In just a second, there'll be a little bar that will say one new tweet, and we can click on that and see it. Something else I wanted to show you, and if you just wanted to have the basic overview of Twitter, you can go now. I want to show you another way of accessing Twitter that I think is helpful because it provides more means for organizing what you see on Twitter. Because you'll notice here you have to type in the search to find HIST 2260. It's separate from your home feed and everything else. Like I said, one new result, and there's the tweet we just created. So I'm going to open this tab again, and I'm going to go to something called TweetDeck. So you just type in tweetdeck.com or tweetdeck.twitter.com. Either one will take you there. You have to sign in with your same Twitter username and login. But this allows you to create columns. This is just my home column, and you can see this one does update in real time. I'm going to scroll over here. You can see that I've created columns for the course hashtag search, and I'm teaching 3 classes this summer, so I can keep them separate here. These ones will also update in real time. I have a couple other hashtags that I follow. User, this is what I've posted. And then these notifications, these are when people follow me or tweet to me or so on. So again, this is just a way of having it all right there in front of you so that you don't have to constantly go to the search bar and then back to your feed and then all of those kinds of things. And in TweetDeck, you just type this, or you just click on this little quill, and you can compose your tweet here in this box. So it's essentially the same thing as what we just did, but it's just in a different format. So I hope this is helpful. Please let me know what questions you have about getting started with Twitter or how to use Twitter. Something I realized that I didn't show you, so those people who left a minute ago probably asked this question, but to reply to someone, you see these little icons at the bottom of each tweet, and it's the same here on Twitter as well. There are these icons here. If you click this arrow, that will reply, so it'll pull up a box. You want to leave the other person's Twitter handle there so that it can be readily obvious that it's a reply, and so that that person will see what you've said and can discuss the ideas with you. Then you type in your reply, you type in his2260, and you click the tweet button. And again, that's sort of a similar process over here. The heart is to like a tweet. These two arrows together, that's to retweet something. And as I mentioned, if you retweet, it'll give you an option to quote the tweet or to write your own comments in there so that you can explain why it is that you're retweeting this thing. Okay, so hopefully that's a good kind of technical, you can see it in front of you overview of Twitter. Again, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I look forward to a good summer of doing Twitter work with you.